Buenas amigos, bienvenidos una vez más a Spanish from the Roots.
In today's video, we're gonna see the best 8 tips to boost your Spanish. Okay, before we start, make sure you smash that like button and...
Importante, debéis ver este vídeo hasta el final. Why? Because these 8 tips we are going to give you are quite important, especially the last one, Juan.
So yeah, make sure you watch the video until the end and you will be able to learn Spanish quicker.
Vamos a por ello, Juan.
Vamos a darles los 8 mejores consejos.
Bueno, Juan, empezamos. Primer consejo, importantísimo, determinación y paciencia, Juan.
It's very important to be determined and to be patient because it's gonna take us a while. You're not gonna learn Spanish in 1 month, but in a few months you will be able to have conversations.
Bien, no te frustres, don't get frustrated, because it takes a long time to learn a new language.
Don't give up. It doesn't take a long time, but it takes,
Y sobre todo, ser muy constante, todos los días, on a daily basis.
Claro, you have to be surrounded by the language.
Juan, ¿cuánto tiempo al día les recomiendas practicar español?
I think it depends because if you live in Spain, you are in touch with the language.
You are advantageous.
Yeah, let's suppose that you live in England. I think a couple of hours per day.
Sí, entre pitos y flautas, Juan, habrá que echar un par de horas al día.
Sí. In order to practice every day without even noticing, let's go with the tip number 2.
Consejo número 2. Poner la oreja en la calle, Juan. ¿Qué significa eso?
Poner la oreja, afinar el oído. Significa listen, to listen outside, Listen carefully to the people when you are on the bus, on the train, anywhere.
Everywhere. At the market. Tenemos que ser cotillas, Juan. To be nosy.
You have to, listen to other people's conversations.
¿Qué dicen? ¿Cómo lo dicen?
Sí. Listen to the kids, for example, because their language is still quite good.
Y con esto, justo cuando estamos escuchando, pasamos al tercer consejo. ¿Qué pasa, Juan, si oigo una palabra 3 o 4 veces y no sé lo que significa?
Yeah, that is a really good tip. If you hear a word 3 times, I think that word must be important. Yeah. What I would do is go to a dictionary on your phone, like for example Cambridge, and look for the word, because that's what I used to do in order to learn English.
It's important because these words that are always used by Spanish speakers, pues are the ones you need to know. And try to get the context. Intenta ponerlas en el contexto en el cual las has escuchado. Este es muy importante, este tip.
The context is very important always. So yeah, obviously, if you've seen that word 3 times, go and search it.
That word matters. Important.
Yes, it's very important to use a dictionary if you wanna learn a language. Don't forget that. Okay, tip number 4.
Consejo número 4.
¿Qué es?
Repetir en voz alta, Juan.
To repeat aloud.
Yeah. Any word you learn, in order to have it on your brain, que se te quede ahí grabado, hay que repetirla. Es fácil. ¿Por qué sabéis decir hola en español? Porque lo has dicho muchas veces.
Claro.
If you say lentejas muchas veces, you know that word for good.
Yeah, you have to practice our pronunciation, because at the beginning you will find it difficult if you're British, if you're an English speaker, so that's why you're gonna have to repeat and listen to yourself.
Yes.
And don't be shy.
Tienes que educar tu lengua en los movimientos. There are different sounds in every language, and you have to, as we say, educar tu lengua, saber dónde poner la lengua para que suene bien.
Exactly. So make sure you learn more or less how to put your mouth, your tongue.
Yeah. Consejo número 5. Hay que leer cosas fáciles.
Textos que no sean muy difíciles. Okay, so yeah, make sure that you read things like the newspaper, for example,
Articles.
articles, or books for kids.
Un poco de literatura infantil, Juan.
Literatura infantil. Remember, you can read for gist or for detail, depending if you want to look for more specific information or you just want to have a general understanding of the text.
Entonces podemos hacer una lectura un poco por encima, como decimos en español, para coger ideas, pero después también, si queremos ir más al detalle, you need to go deeply into it with, again, a dictionary, maybe. It's a bit boring,
but it's really necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you can have a look at the newspapers online in the morning.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a good exercise to improve.
For example, you have sports, newspapers, or...
Exactly. If you like football, we have marca.com.
Consejo número 6.
Very important.
Vamos a ver en la tele o en el móvil dibujos animados, cartoons, y documentales. ¿Por qué, Juan?
Because they speak a bit more correctly. Yeah? They speak slowly in the documentaries. So
they don't use slang, no usan jerga.
Exactly.
And it's easier.
Documentaries, and if you're a beginner, I would recommend you to watch cartoons for a month. Are you able to do that?
Yeah. I used to watch Peppa Pig with my children, Juan, when we were learning English.
Yeah, and me too. When I used to live in London, I was watching CBeebies, the channel for the kids, the whole day, for the first month.
Yeah. ¿Os creéis que a mí me gusta Peppa Pig? No, pero me vi todos los capítulos, ¿eh?
Don't you like Peppa Pig?
No, Juan.
Don't you like
SpongeBob?
SpongeBob. Bob Esponja. Bueno, pues os recomendamos los dibujos animados.
Bien, ¿por qué? Si veis una serie o una película, hablan muy rápido y además usan mucha jerga. Y es muy difícil de entender, Juan. You'll get frustrated, for sure.
But don't worry. If you want to try. If you just understand 10%, you understand that. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to watch movies, if you are like a person that like challenges, go on.
Yeah. Consejo número 7. Tienes que rodearte de español, escuchando podcast, la radio, anything.
You have to surround yourself with the language.
Por supuesto.
The language has to be everywhere. So, for example, things like...
Cuando estás cocinando, por ejemplo, pues te puedes poner un podcast. Cuando vas a dar un paseo, I'm going to take a walk, voy a ponerme un poquito de español y voy a escuchar. You know that the passive hearing exists, que dicen la escucha pasiva. Aunque no estés prestando atención, your brain is listening to the language. Es importante, Juan.
Of course. For me, one of the best moments is when you go to sleep because your eyes are closed, so you can listen to podcasts and even audiobooks if, like I said, you like challenges, but podcasts, like easy things.
Eso es importante también.
Sí. I would do it every night or all the time.
Yeah.
Also, you might like to watch Spanish YouTubers that talk about a specific topic that you enjoy.
También.
So yeah, don't forget that.
Sí, lo único que puedes encontrar diferentes acentos. Bueno, it's like in English, you have to try to understand every accent.
That's the fun part of it.
Yeah. Y ahora el último, Juan, el octavo, el consejo número 8. ¿Cuál es?
Number 8 is to watch our channel.
Yeah. The best way is...
to watch our videos by watching our videos, especially twice, 3 times, okay? You know, we already have like 50 something videos.
Yeah.
We still have years ahead.
Yeah. This is a non-stop channel, okay? So the best tip, definitely el último. Tenéis que ver todos nuestros vídeos hasta el final, como
At least
este.
twice, eh? If you are really committed to learn, watch our videos twice. We promise you're gonna see improvement.
Yeah. Bueno amigos, gracias por ver el vídeo hasta el final y como siempre, nos vemos.
Take care.